Hello, Trill. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Welcome in, everyone. Good to see you. We got one of our mods in the chat. Bone Dicker, your fingers gonna need to work tonight. You might have some work on your hands. All right, we're waiting on. Where's Rin?
Hey, Marianne.
Hello. Carrying the light out.
I gotta put my headphones on.
Welcome in, everyone. Good evening.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, y'all.
I'm here and ready for the fun. Yes, ma'am. We have a wonderful night planned for you guys. We'll take about another minute or so to let everyone get in the live.
Man, the comments are just going.
There's gonna be a lot of people chiming in, so I'll be prepared. We got Ren in the chat. Let's get her up.
Hey, Bone Digger, my bestie on here.
Alrighty, so looks like we have all of our ladies on the panel. Let me see. Lenina, can you drop down in the chat?
What do you mean drop down? You want me to get off? Fine.
Yes. It's just these four ladies.
Oh, okay, my bad.
It's our presentation.
Oh, my
It's our
bad.
event.
My bad. Fine.
You're gonna have to cut that part out.
I was like, oh Lord.
Alrighty, everyone. It looks like we have our four hosts for the night. Ladies,
Hey,
y'all feel free to introduce yourself. You guys have reached the House of Harmony Perfumes, and tonight we're putting on a wonderful presentation, courtesy of these wonderful ladies here. I hope y'all enjoy what they have planned for you tonight. They've been working on these presentations for about the past month or so, and they're going to be going over some of our most popular fragrances in the brand, some of our most iconic scents to Harmony. Ladies, y'all feel free to introduce yourself to the audience.
Oh, sorry. Hi, I'm Charlie. I go by Charlie the Gourmand List. Hi. Oh, hi. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes,
No pressure.
ma'am.
Oh, yeah, okay. I gotta turn it down. That's too hot. Okay. Hi. Oh, we're already
Ladies and
starting?
gentlemen.
Is that what we're doing?
No, I'm just bringing y'all up to do an introduction, then we'll get
Just to
started.
introduce yourself.
We're gonna
Oh,
go.
sorry. Okay.
Okay,
We got
I'm on
Marianne.
next. Hi.
Hi,
name is
Sherry.
My name is Marianne. I go by Scented by Marianne. And yeah, this is me. Hi, hello.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
big on this screen.
You look amazing, Marianne.
Hello, my name is Crystal, and I am one of the four ladies that will be presenting today. I'm glad to meet all you guys.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Crystal.
Oh, we got real up close there for a second. Hi, I am Ren, and I go by Ren here on TikTok. And I'm super excited to talk to you guys tonight.
The camera loves you, Ren.
Beautiful.
I'm scared.
Alrighty, ladies, y'all mute real quick. Alrighty, folks. Thank y'all so much for being in attendance tonight. Hopefully, y'all pay attention throughout the live stream. Again, there is a giveaway that's going to be taking place at the end of the live stream. For a 100 ml bottle, all you have to do is be one of the guests that's attending, and you have to be following the four hosts that are on the panel. So if you have not taken a moment to follow all of these wonderful women, please do so. We would hate for somebody to have to miss out on that giveaway because they weren't following somebody. That's one of the requirements. So, on that note, we're going to start moving forward. We have a set order that they're going to go in. Starting out, we're going to go with Charlie, who's presenting on Athena. Then we have Crystal, who's going to be presenting on Ching Shih, followed by Rin, who's presenting on the new launch to Xarmony, the newest woman in the brand, Artemisia. And then we have Marianne with Vanilla X Coco Royale. We hope you guys enjoy the show. We're going to get started and bring up Charlie as our first guest, our first panelist to speak. Charlie, would you like to take the stage? Let me unmute her. Yes.
My mic went on.
Yes.
My bad. Okay.
No worries.
Okay, here we go. Hello, everyone. My name is Charlie, and as Cho said, tonight I will be talking about Athena. She is from our main house, and when Cho asked me to do the presentation, he asked me which fragrance I would like to do, and I couldn't think of anything more gourmand or more me than Athena. Athena's notes are caramelized sugar, French vanilla, cotton candy, creme brulee, honeysuckle, brown sugar, vanilla bean, maple syrup, burnt sugar, strawberry. I'm not done. We're going to keep going. Peppermint, raspberry, cinnamon, chocolate, caramel, vanilla, honey, sugar, and a touch of spice. Of course, it's named Athena, so I couldn't do this presentation without giving a little bit of historical information about Athena. Of course, we all learned about her in U.S. history in high school, but I want to start by giving three different key elements to her. So Athena wasn't just a war goddess, she was a strategist. She represented intellect, foresight, and the power of planning over brute force. She was the one you called when you didn't want to do chaos, but you wanted a calculated victory. She was born fully grown, wearing armor as she sprung from Zeus's forehead, already dressed in her armor, no baby steps, just brilliance, battle ready. Her energy, she was a girl boss. She chose independence over marriage. Unlike most of the Greek goddesses, Athena remained unmarried, untouched. She wasn't here to be claimed or ruled. She stood in full sovereignty. So I know you're probably like, Charlie, but what does Athena have to do with 2025? Athena might be rooted in ancient mythology, but her energy is unmistakably modern. She wasn't just a goddess of wisdom. She was an original strategist. The one who could read a room, play the long game, and stay 10 steps ahead without ever raising her voice. In today's world, that's the kind of power that most are still craving. The ability to lead with intellect, to move with intent, and to own your own identity without apologizing. Athena didn't seek validation. She didn't shrink herself to be likable. She was always grounded in purpose, and that's what makes her legacy feel so current. As far as the fragrance goes, the energy that I get from it is bold without being loud, feminine without being fragile, and sweet, but backed by strength. In the gourmand profile of this one, like I said, is peppermint. And that snap of freshness that you get when you first spray it, that's Athena's bite. That's her reminder that beauty doesn't have to be soft to be scared. To be sacred, sorry, y'all. And I'm reading this because I got ADHD. Sorry. She's the woman in the room who commands attention without saying a word, not because she's trying to be dominant, but because her presence carries weight. When you walk into a room with her, everyone's going to know want to know what you have on. The fragrance doesn't flirt, it asserts, it strategizes, it reigns. Athena isn't a throwback, she's a blueprint. So as I was doing this, at the same time, I was reading the 48 Laws by Robert Greene. And one of my favorite laws is Law 21, which is don't allow yourself to be claimed. And that really correlated with me with the story that was told about Queen Elizabeth, how she stayed unmarried and was a virgin queen. And you're probably like, but Charlie, how does this do in 2025 again? But let's bring it to the modern times. When I say let yourself be claimed, I'm talking about not letting anyone define who you are. It's about owning your identity, your choices, your story, just like Athena did. I think that's why she was one of Zeus's. She was Zeus's favorite. Forget that. She's a reminder that you set your own narrative, and no one else can tell you what to write for it. As far as embracing Athena and the confidence, one of the most surprising things I noticed when I wear Athena is, and Trilla said this before, he's told many women, and they've given reviews about this, is that it makes you more desirable. Sure, the scent is gorgeous, right? It's like this adult candy factory. Um, but those rich gourmand notes with the unexpected peppermint twist, they definitely they turn heads. But the real magic isn't the fragrance notes themselves. I think it's like every other fragrance we wear when we feel confident, it's what it brings out in you. Athena is like wearing an invisible suit of armor. It's about smelling good. It's about feeling bold. It's enough. It's about standing in your own identity and femininity. And when you carry yourself like that, people notice, right? It's oh, hello. Uh-oh. That's it. Oh, sorry. Keep going. I can't hear y'all. I can't hear.
You're good, Charlie.
No, I muted me.
Oh, sorry. I was like, oh gosh, I was like, oh, my time. Okay, so how does this resonate with me? The peppermint note is a love you or hate it note, right? And that's how I've always felt as I step and walk in this world. People either love me or they hate me, right? I've always been a person who provokes strong feelings, and as I said, I have ADHD, so most of the time I'm all in or I'm all out. I've learned to embrace and polarize that quality about myself. And Athena, as a scent and symbol, mirrors that unapologetic boldness. So, when I wear Athena, I'm not just wearing a fragrance, I'm stepping into alignment with who I am and who I refuse to be for anyone else. It reminds me that softness and strength can coexist, that sweetness doesn't mean silence, and that being polarizing doesn't make you difficult, it makes you defined. Athena isn't for the background. She's for the woman who walks boldly, loves deeply, and refuses to be claimed because they've already claimed themselves. And if that's your vibe, then sis, this scent's already for you. So remember, you're the vibe, keep it glowing. And that's Athena.
Ladies and gentlemen, Charlie.
So,
Thank you so much, Charlie. That fragrance again was Athena, a very famous goddess in Greek mythology. If you guys would like to look up more information on her, there's a lot of info on the internet, but we also have a section of our website underneath the fragrance. And there's going to be some special launch that we're going to tell you guys about at the end of the stream that will make it to where you guys can get your hands on Athena and some of the other fragrances discussed tonight for a great, amazing deal.
thanks.
Up next, we have Crystal with Ching Shih. If you guys have ever wanted to find a pirate woman who kicked ass in history, she's about to tell you all about her. Crystal, are you ready? And thank you so much, Charlie. That was a wonderful presentation. You did a great job.
Thank you. Thank y'all for the gifts.
Hello, everybody. My name is Crystal, and my presentation will be over this beautiful fragrance right here. It's called Ching Shih. All right. And she is our pirate, our woman pirate of Xarmony. Okay. Now, one of the great things to know about her is that she, to this day, even in history, not even just as a woman pirate, she ran the largest fleet in South China. This woman was all about business, but she had meager beginnings. All right. She started off in the Guangdong province in China, and she started off as a comfort woman. Okay. And she was known for her comfort. All right. But not only as her subtleties, her femininity, men came to seek her comfort. They also came to seek her counsel. All right. So we had men of power, we had businessmen, we had royalty, everybody found out about the cunning, the wit, and the intellect of this woman. So they came and actually sought her guidance and her counsel. All right. So she was way known for that. Well, in the midst of everybody getting to know about her, she grabbed the attention of the pirate that was in charge of the Red Flag Fleet. And his name was Xing Yi. He was a feared pirate, but he heard all about this woman. He got to know her, sought her counsel, went and visited her. And over time, he decided that he wanted to bring her into the fold. And she ended up becoming his second in charge of this huge pirate fleet. This was a feared pirate fleet. Okay. She became second in charge. The men gave her respect due to the fact of her husband. She did earn respect because of her cunning and her wit and everything. But we have to remember, we're dealing in a patriotic society. She was a woman, and she was second in charge over the largest fleet of pirates. There was 300 ships, and there was like 40 to 60,000 men that this woman is in charge of. Okay. Well, while she was with her husband, they also adopted a son. Okay. Now, the thing about this was this relationship, the more reading I did, it wasn't just husband, wife, son. The more I read into it, I think he was their third. Okay. But they called him his son. He did adopt him. So he was actually the son. So they had British ships on the run. They had Portuguese ships on the run. Nobody really messed with these pirates. They kind of left them alone to do their own thing. Okay. Well, as years went on, Yi ended up passing. And how it goes, usually your second in charge takes over everything. Well, needless to say, his second in charge was his wife. Okay. They gave her the respect and everything that was due her because of the power that her husband had. But when he passed, it was going to be a grab. So what did she do? She married her adoptive son. Okay. And that was also a power move. But let's talk about it. This woman was a strategist. Okay. She already knew that she was not going to be able to keep these men in charge. She was not going to be able to keep these men in line with her being in charge. She needed a man next to her. And who else but her adopted son, which they ended up having an affair or what have you. They ended up getting married, and the two of them ended up running the Red Flag Fleet. Okay, so while all these other fleets were being picked off by the British, were being picked off by the Portuguese, were getting in trouble with the Chinese government, they never really did. Okay, but in the end, she ended up retiring, and the Chinese government just kind of left her alone to do her own thing. All right, so the reason why I chose Ching Shih to talk about in the presentation was because this is a bold woman. This is a woman who came up through the ranks. You can't come up through the ranks any more than starting out as a comfort woman, okay, and then becoming the second in charge of the largest pirate fleet in history, and then ultimately becoming in charge of the largest pirate fleet in history. So the thing that I love about this is that this is a very bold fragrance. All right. The main accords of it, there's peach, there's apricot, there's tonka bean, there's caramel in here, there's peach wine. It's just a succulent gourmand. And usually one of the fruits that people think about when they think about femininity is peach. Okay. So not only is she our female pirate of Xarmony, she's also a peach, and she also has a saffron in her there that gives her a little bit of spice. This isn't a sweet fragrance. She does have some succulent to her. She is a little sweet, but that saffron and those spices in her, it just gives her that spice, and it just makes her really, really rich. So if you are considering one of the main houses, and Ching Shih is part of the main house, okay, she is definitely one to try if you're interested in peach fragrances. If you like that vanilla, if you like that tonka bean, if you like a little bit of spice, this woman has it all. She's sensual, she has a little bit of sweetness and some spice, and she's in charge. So you definitely need to get your hands on some Ching Shih. And that's my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Crystal. Beautiful, beautiful presentation. I wanted to add a few more statements about Ching Shih. Uh, Somebody in the chat said so when you were talking, somebody wrote, so she was that girl. I was like, Ching Shih was beyond that girl. My favorite part of her story is that she was so in control of the seas of China that the government sent her a message that literally said, we'll clear you of all crimes, just stop being a pirate. And we'll give you a land, we'll give you your own estate. So she ended up agreeing to that after being in control of the seas for like 4 years, retired from piracy, had an entire thing of land, and she opened a casino. Spent the rest of her life living in luxury in her own casino on her own estate during a time period in China where women had no power. You know, like this was hundreds of years ago. Women, it was the same as everywhere else in the world. So you could imagine. That fragrance is also available on site as well. The name is Ching Shih. But y'all give Crystal a round of applause. That was a beautiful presentation. I always love hearing that story. And I didn't even know myself that that was the third son. I thought
Good
they
job,
only had.
Crystal.
No, he was the third in their relationship.
Yes, that's what I meant to
Oh,
say.
yes. Yes.
I thought it was the first. All right, Crystal, go ahead. Mute. We're going to go on. Now we're going to let the ladies have the floor together to kind of talk after the presentations are over. So you guys stay tuned. You'll be able to ask them questions and talk with them about each thing. We're going to give them the floor so you guys can engage with them. Next up for presentations, we have Lady Rin. I want to give you guys a heads up. This is a brand new Xarmony fragrance dedicated to Artemisia Gentileschi. The name of the fragrance is Artemisia. I did the artwork for it myself, and of course, I made the fragrance myself. Every Xarmony fragrance was designed by yours truly with completely original DNAs. So if you guys are ever looking for a new, unique experience, you're in the right place. Rin, are you ready? Now, Rin is a wonderful, wonderful member of the Xarmony Empire. We love her to death. She is also an amazing teacher. She's about to take you guys to class. Y'all better have a notebook nearby with something to take notes. She might quiz you at the end, just saying.
Yeah, I hadn't planned a quiz, yes. So, the fragrance that I'm going to be talking about today is Artemisia. And unfortunately, because Trill very rudely did not make her like years ago, I don't have my bottle yet. But he did show you how beautiful she is, and I have been waiting for her for months, and I would not leave him alone until he got her ready for you all. So I want to talk to you guys about who is Artemisia and what does perfume mean? Because perfume is art, and art is creation through destruction. Every time you make a painting, you destroy a white canvas. And every time you make music, you destroy silence. But perfumery is an art that creates by adding without destruction. And through that, Trill decided to pay tribute to a wonderful woman who was an incredible artist of her own time. Artemisia was born. Um,
Rin.
yeah, I'm gonna try to fix the sound really quick. Can you hear better now?
Yeah, I think so. I think they was doing a noise cancellation.
Can you hear it now? Okay.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing. One, two, three. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
All
Is
right,
it
go
okay,
ahead.
guys? Can you hear me? Okay. So, Artemisia was born July 8th of 1593 in Rome. She was the daughter of a painter named Orazio Gentileschi. Now, this gave her an access that most women at that time absolutely would not have. Her father was a student of Caravaggio, and he was somebody who taught her the style of light and dark. And she showed a mastery of that as young as 17 years old when she painted her first painting. She was so promising that her father actually hired a tutor to help her increase her skills, which again, at that time, it just wasn't common. Women were not trained either in painting or given a profession of any kind. And tragically, her tutor took advantage of her in a way that is both horrific and familiar. And in a way that was very untypical of the age, her father stood up for her and he prosecuted the man who assaulted her. And she testified on her own behalf the truth of her experience. She was tortured to verify the truth of her experience, and she stood firm in the face of that torture and told the truth about the man who hurt her. And after he was convicted, she went on to have a life where she expressed her pain through an art that was so beautiful that she is considered one of the greatest artists of her era. She lived and died in Naples and Florence. She traveled to the court of Charles I, who loved her art so much that he wanted her there, even in a time when women were not accepted as equals in the world of art. And after dying of the plague, which we suppose they don't know for a fact, her art faded from the public eye until the 19th century when women were looking for icons and people to inspire them to carry on and create their own legacies. And she experienced a revival of people looking to her for inspiration and guidance. And one of the people who was inspired by her was Trill Noel, because he looks for people who uplift, and he wanted a woman who could show that being hurt doesn't mean that you're done, that you can go on to have an incredible career and a light of life and brightness and bloom even after you're bruised. And so he chose a perfume made from strawberries, because strawberries are always the most beautiful smelling and tasting when they have fully bloomed, not in their youth when they are green and untried, but after the sun and the weather has grown them to their fullest potential, and they become just a little bit bruised, but they are all the much sweeter and brighter for that. And that is where we get Artemisia, the perfume. She is absolutely delicious, and she is transcendently gorgeous. The notes for Artemisia are Nabila strawberry, panna cotta, coconut milk, caramel, vanilla, raspberry, sugar, cotton candy, sandalwood, tonka bean, amber, jasmine, panna montana, strawberry pistache, and almond and milk. And when I tell you that this perfume is light, it is brightness, it is a developed sense of nostalgia, for you can smell the youth and the freshness of the strawberry, but at the same time is a mature scent of a woman who is confident and stands on her own in a world that tried to destroy her, but she rose completely above it. And so Artemisia, although her story may have dark parts, is a celebration of light, and the fragrance is a celebration of life.
Thank you, Ren. That was amazing. I needed a second. That brought me to tears midway through that, because everything that you described is what I felt whenever I encountered her. With me being so many of you may not know this, but I have a bachelor's degree in a Bachelor of the Arts. I minored in art history, psychology, and I have a master's degree in digital engineering. So my bachelor's was in digital art, and I spent a ton of time researching every artist in history, and I never even learned about Artemisia. It wasn't until I launched Xarmony, and this was many years after college, right? I started looking into history, finding like brilliant women, powerful women, stories of women that I never knew existed, and also men that I never knew existed. And I was like, why don't people know about these stories? And Artemisia was one of them. And then I started reading the story, and I was like, so from all of that tragedy that she went through, she was able to make some art that transformed in an entire generation of women hundreds of years later. Artemisia was like 1600s. Her paintings came back into recent conversations in the 1900s, like maybe 1960s, and it inspired an entire movement of women changing the world, seeking power, wanting equal rights, equal everything. Um, I thought that was brilliant because for me, since I started school and started having like my own thoughts, my own personality, my own like true existence. I was about 8 years old when that started. I wanted to be an artist, and I've been doing art since I was 8 years old. The one thing that an artist can have in life is immortality through their art, correct? When an artist is gone, their art lives on long, long after they're gone. That's the dream of any artist out there, and that's a woman whose art has done that, which is amazing to think about. Because if I ask you right now to name another woman whose art is here today, but she's not, would you have a name? And so, thank you so much, Rin, for running us through the journey of Artemisia. That is a beautiful gourmand fragrance. It is currently available. We just launched this one. It's also available for samples. You can look up more information about her, things that we could not discuss on the live. They also have the entire trial and court case where she had to go and stand trial. You guys probably want to read that. There should be a bioepic about this at some point. I hope someone makes a film about her. Moving on. And also, thank you so much, Ren. That was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Y'all make sure to give Ren a follow. Round of applause for Ren. Up next, we have Marianne. Marianne, are you ready?
I am.
All righty. Let's go ahead and give you the stage. All right, Marianne is going to be talking about Vanilla X Coco Royale.
Yes, and I have it right here for you guys. So, Vanilla X Coco Royale is one of my favorite fragrances that Trill has because it is literally paradise in a bottle for me. It smells amazing. And there's not so much of a history with women, I would say, for this, the backstory. So I wanted to kind of take you guys into the top fragrances, the notes of this fragrance, and that would be the vanilla and the coconut. So for this, I will start off with the notes, and it is going to be coconut, vanilla, lemon, blueberry, melon, and amber. And I do have my notes behind here, so I will be just, going back and forth. But for this, I actually learned a lot just researching this alone because I learned so vanilla began in the ancient Mesoamerican times where the Teutonic people first cultivated the vanilla orchid. And then they took it and the Aztecs started infusing the vanilla into their sacred cacao drinks. So that's when they started learning that the vanilla was like a warm, sweet aroma, which I thought was really nice. And then after that, after the Spanish conquest, thank you guys for the gifts. After the Spanish conquest, vanilla was introduced into Europe in the 16th century, where it was It gained popularity in fragrance alone. So I would say it started in the 16th century, where they started putting vanilla in fragrance. So by the 19th century, of course, they did the extraction methods, which allowed perfumers to incorporate vanilla into their fragrances. Now, initially, vanilla was a soft fragrance scent. It was a comforting base, enhancing the florals. But during the Victorian era, vanilla's warm, creamy nature made it an essential ingredient to make it powdery and elegant in perfumes. Um, so, with the discovery of the synthetic vanilla in the 1800s, perfumers gained more control over its intensity and were able to, make the vanilla more intense or lower it. And this innovation made the vanilla fragrances more accessible and widespread in all types of fragrances, from, luxurious perfumes to everyday perfumes. And with that, I also learned that coconut in a fragrance. Um, is amazing. So I know when we think of coconut and fragrance, we think of tropical, we think of paradise, and that is exactly what I get when I have Vanilla X Coco Royale. It is literally a tropical paradise for me, and I love it because I know we're coming on fall, but I like to just wear this fragrance to bring me back to those paradise times. But with coconut, I found out that there's actually three types of extracts when you do coconut extracts. You have the coconut absolute, which is actually it's a softer form in perfumery that it gets the flesh of the coconut out. So it's more of a realistic coconut. And then you have the coconut CO2 extract, which is more of the clean, fresh, slightly sweet in a fragrance. And then you also have coconut oil distillation, which is milder, and that is actually used in like the body oils and the lotions and more of the body care essentials. So yes, that is what I learned when researching just, the notes, some of the notes in Vanilla X Coco Royale.
Thank you so much, Marianne. That was beautiful. I
Good
am so
job.
happy you mentioned some of those different things you did about vanilla. There is a beautiful history of vanilla, which I'd like to go into and share a little bit since you brought it up, with the people of Totonac. So
Yes.
back in the earlier Mesoamerican days, they discovered vanilla and it became something that they had in some drinks. It wasn't until I think it was Spanish conquistadors came over and they had a rather, let's not get into it, type of interaction with the Native Americans that were there. And they ended up basically stealing the vanilla after doing various things and then leaving. Um, when that happened, vanilla made its way to Europe. The problem was they weren't able to make it germinate or propagate until they had a black slave that was on the ship. He was like, I want to say 8 or 12 years old. His name was Albinius. He was the person who figured out how to make vanilla actually grow once it was on European soil. He had been understudying a horticulturist on the boats, and he figured out that he was able to put it with grass and cause it to grow because the vanilla pods weren't working. They planted them in fields. They did everything. They put it in soil. Nothing happened, and they were like, "Well, this is useless." And they weren't able to do it. But after he did this, it became such a booming business in France that it's literally today like $1 billion industry. Vanilla in France is to $1 billion industry today. They wouldn't have had that if it hadn't been for this little black slave boy on the ships. Now, the story of that later on is like, I mean, obviously he had a hard life after that. Eventually, they did give him, I think, freedom, or he was able to buy his independence to some degree. But he was never given any of the money that came from any of that. However, one day when they caught him stealing, the judge granted him leniency and did not charge him or send him to jail. That was, I guess, his repayment or his reparations for everything. But interesting history behind vanilla that many people don't know. Today, most of the vanilla that we use in fragrances is either synthetic or it's naturally derived, but there's various different sources that they can get the vanilla from. It's not just extracted from vanilla beans. Something that many people don't know is that other molecules or other plants contain vanilla already. So the molecule of vanillin can be extracted from multiple things that are not vanilla beans. I don't know if any of y'all understand what I'm saying, but hopefully you do. A vanilla extracted from this plant versus vanilla extracted from this plant can have totally different smell, depending on what level they've broken it down to. For that reason, there's tons of different vanilla scents. We have an entire line dedicated to vanilla, and I have over 20 different vanillas that I utilize in my lab to create this line. There are now 21 vanillas in Harmony's luxury vanilla collection, from Vanilla X Carrot Cake to Vanilla X Cotton Candy. We have Vanilla X Cherry, Vanilla X Rum, Vanilla X Plum, Vanilla X Chai, which is really great for the fall. And tonight's giveaway is a full 100 ml bottle of Vanilla X Tiramisu. We would love for you guys to check out some of the vanilla collection. Again, there are 21 fragrances in that collection. My brand has 50 fragrances available. 21 of them are the vanilla collection. The other ones are what we now know as the main house. The main house comes in these bottles here. We have white bottles and black bottles in the main house. Just to make sure that people understand, we're not just a gourmand brand. Most of my fragrances aren't gourmand, and most of my fragrances aren't vanilla. But there is a vanilla collection, and we do have some amazing gourmands. But with that being said, I don't want to take up the stage. I need to give the floor back to the ladies. Tonight is about the sisterhood. I am not one of the sisters tonight. My daughter refused to do my nails before the live, so I guess I wasn't included tonight. With that being said, the ladies are going to come up and y'all are going to be able to engage with them and ask them questions and conversate to learn more about what their presentations were about tonight. Let me go ahead and switch y'all to this mode.
I do want to say I think it was important that I touched on vanilla for that exact reason, Trill. You have so many vanilla fragrances. I just wanted to touch just a little bit on what you have to offer with the vanillas and the history of vanilla in itself, and just not the coconut and the cocoa royale, but the vanilla.
Well, thank you so much, Mary. I thought that was
Marianne.
really,
You did a great job.
you had a really unique presentation tonight. Being able to go down into the molecules was a wonderful thing. And I'm hoping a lot of people gain some information and insight about that. I'm going to open the floor. So ladies, y'all are welcome to conversate with anyone in the chat. I'm sure the people have questions for our panelists tonight. So ladies and gentlemen of the live, feel free to ask them anything. Yes, Ren?
Hey, Carmen, you're a vanilla girl, so I just wanted to let you know, I see you say that in the comments. You're a vanilla gal. You should definitely check out the vanilla line. It is amazing.
Are we going to release the hounds
Out of
and
the-
tell them about the amazing thing that they are able to get today?
Yes, well, give me one
The
second.
event?
I don't know if TikTok's going to let me put y'all on the split screen size.
And thank
No,
you
because
guys
there's
for all the
5.
gifts.
No, it won't because there's 5. Okay,
Yeah.
well, we'll be up. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special item that is now available on site. I made it specifically for the people of this live. This message does not leave this live. Fine vibes, I'm gonna drop you down.
Okay.
All right, this message does not leave this live. The Scented Sisterhood sample set is now available on site. If you go to our shop, it's the first item in the shop. You can get it for $30. There's also a discount code, Sisterhood, which will take 15% off of that as well. So if you guys type in the code Sisterhood, I think it turns out to be $25, maybe $20. I'm not sure. So it is available only to the folks that attended this live tonight. The item will be taken down tomorrow. So you guys have 24 hours to get your hands on it. It will contain Vanilla X Cocoa Royale, Artemisia, Ching Shih, and Athena. That way, all of you who got to hear about these fragrances can go on the journey with each fragrance involved.
Y'all do not know how good of a screaming deal that is. If you have not purchased a Harmony sample set, like, 1, they're usually 40, not 30. 2, he's giving you 15% off on top of that. 3, you're getting a preset thing that has all of these amazing fragrances in it. So, ladies,
I think I just want to buy the sample set for Artemisia alone.
Oh, also,
Maybe.
there is a discount code on, I think it's Artemisia, Athena. The code is Harmony50. It takes $50 off of either one of those. And I think for Ching Shih and Vanilla X Cocoa Royale, the lady, every woman on the live has a code that they can share with you. And you guys can go ahead and use that code to check out on one of those.
This was my sense of the day, you guys, and it was hard not to smell myself throughout this whole thing. I just wanted to smell me. It's so good.
Yes, the code for the sample set is Sisterhood. If any of you are interested in getting a full size, just let us know in the chat and we'll be able to give you that information. Once you go on the website, just go to any of the perfume categories. Just literally click to go into the
Mhm.
shop instead of the home page, and it'll be
You,
the first item there.
yeah, if you're in the Harmony website, just click on the perfumes tab, and then it's literally the first one there, Carmen. It says sample set, scented sisterhood sample set, and you click on that, and then just put in the code.
Now, my hope and my goal for this is that I'm going to try to send all of them out around the same time so that everybody can kind of have a shared moment, a shared experience. Uh, Many of you might not know this as well, but I am a father of two daughters. I also live with my wife and my mom. It's a very female dominated household. So I love women, and I love seeing togetherness and bonding. And I'm hoping that we can kind of have a moment like that in the community because there's too much drama and animosity circulating fragrance community. And this is my home. This is where I was able to survive and rebuild my life. Many of you don't know the story of Harmony, but a hurricane had destroyed my entire home, and I had to start over from scratch. Um, and the perfume community was there standing beside me throughout all of it, and we were able to rebuild our life basically from Harmony alone. And I was able to eventually get our family into a new home. I've made so many friends along the way. The full story of that is posted on my profile if you guys want to hear more about my backstory. But like I said, tonight is not about me, but I wanted to connect that to why this moment means so much. Because whenever everything went wrong in my life, I watched an entire community bond together to help me to get back on my feet, to get back to life. And so, with all the drama and animosity and chaos that we see circulating the world, this is one of the last bastions of peace that we could possibly have. You know, who doesn't want to hop on a live after being at work all day and just nerd out with a bunch of people about scented waters?
We do
Like
like
in
the
the
scented
most
water.
basic terms, we go through everything that we do at our job and we come home and then we with random strangers we just talk about smelly water. How fun is that?
Very.
But then there's so
Trill,
much times where things may not go that route, or there's a lot of people sometimes they focus on the wrong things here. There's a lot of people that just want peace in this community, but sometimes we have a lot of people that come in that aren't on those same pages. So we lead from the front here at Harmony, and that's why it's been my mission to make moments like this take place. Now I'm gonna shut up, close my mouth. There's a room full of women. I know it's not my place to talk.
No, no, you're not, Trill, but we love you anyway.
Ren, since you have your tablet there, can you show them how to? Because I know Carmen's having a hard time. I'm just reading the comments. She's having a hard time finding our Scented Sisterhood sample pack. Can you just show them where to go to get that?
Okay, so this is the home page of Harmony, you see, and up at the top here, the second option over on the menu is perfumes. So if you just click perfumes on there, it drops down a menu that has a whole bunch of options. You're going to pick the very last one that says full shop. If you pick that very last option, the Scented Sisterhood set is right there with all my Baddie Beautiful fragrances from my Baddie Beautiful babes. So, again, if you're at the home page, hold on.
Also on the home page, you can scroll down. If you go back, Ren, just scroll down. That first item, one of those buttons says Enter Shop.
So if you want the regular sample set where you can choose which samples you are, you're going to pick it right here. If you want to get your hands on the Scented Sisterhood one, which is the awesome, awesome discount, you're going to pick the second option over where it says perfumes. This is hard to do backwards. And then at the very bottom of it, it says full shop. You're going to click that.
Wait, Ren, can you scroll down, go back, and go underneath that first tab where you showed them the other sample set? Not tab, the image. The third box on the site should say full shop. Like as you scroll down, there's a button. Yeah, right there where the Alhagandote picture is, it'll say full shop.
So you can do that
You
right
just
there.
click that button right there, and you're in the store.
And then your very first option, sent to Sisterhood, baddie discount. Oh look, there's a
Yes,
Kayla.
and don't forget
Oh.
there is a code. Code is Sisterhood. This item again is only available to those of y'all. I mean, if you share it with a friend tonight, I'm not gonna tell them, hey, you can't buy it. I won't know who's here and who's not. But after tomorrow, that item will. Ren.
You chose me to be here.
Yeah, I did. I'm not.
We love you,
I
Ren.
never
We love
regret
you.
my choices.
I'll
I'll just mute and then curse out loud.
Right, Chicky, we saw nothing for nothing.
Nothing. You
All
didn't
right,
hear that there
ladies
was
and gentlemen.
$50 off 2 bottles of perfume?
Y'all feel free to ask them any questions about some of the fragrances from the brand. If any of you guys are looking for something, they can give recommendations. Or if you have any specific questions about what they spoke about tonight, feel free to do so.
We did actually have a question from somebody in the chat who said they wanted to know what our next bottle is going to be from each of us.
Oh,
My next bottle is going to be Artemisia because I have not had a chance to pick her up since she just launched. So that is my next bottle. Crystal.
I actually just got my Artemisia in the mail yesterday. And I'm one of those people, I love the vanillas. Out of the 21, I have 14 of them. I just went
Oh my
ahead and
God.
ordered Valhalla and Michelangelo. Yeah, I have 14 vanillas, technically 15 because I have a backup of Vanilla X Cotton Candy Lychee. So technically I have 15, but I have 14 different ones. Like I said, I just got the Michelangelo and Valhalla. I've been wanting those for a minute. I think after that, I'm getting it's so,
Aqua
yeah,
di
it's
Familia.
hard.
It was Aqua di Familia.
Yes, it was Aqua di Familia. Yes, I'm getting Aqua di Familia. That'll be my
Thank
next.
you. Charlie?
Mm-hmm. So my next one, I have Artemisia, but I have it, but I don't have it because it's still there with Trill. But my next two are,
Sounds about right.
She's gonna get it next week when she goes.
Yeah. So I'm going next week to the lab. So and then I'm picking up Artemisia, but I'm also getting Ayasu and Vanilla X Caramel.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I love Ayasu.
I love it. He's the king of melons.
Yes, he is such a good clean melon. It's good.
So my next bottle, a lot of my friends on here know I am obsessed with one certain fragrance, and Trill told me if I like that, I'm gonna love Valhalla. So I am determined to get Valhalla. That is gonna be my
Oh,
next bottle
yes.
for sure. For sure. Like
Have you had a sample of Valhalla? Have you smelled
I
it?
have not. It's gonna be a blind buy for me, but
Oh, that's a good blind buy.
That's a good blind buy.
And I never blind buy, so I never blind buy.
blind buy
So that's
everything.
good. That was good. Yeah.
Yeah, I blind buy just about everything. And Trill told me if you like this, you're gonna love this, so I'm getting it. Like, say less.
Yes.
Trill's knows.
Yes.
Thank
yes.
you. Okay, so
Right, so
Valhalla.
amazing.
This is the main house true gourmand fragrance that everybody should try. If you're exploring more of the brand, Valhalla is tonka bean, almond, praline, caramel, sugar, vanilla, and sandalwood with marzipan, which is sort of like a marshmallow. I don't need to say anything else. Just Valhalla. Just Valhalla.
Valhalla.
Aside from that, there is Odin's Sleep. I know that name sounds crazy, but just hear me out. It is literally photorealistic mint chocolate chip gelato. I've been working with mint since I started working on perfumes. It's my favorite note. I love working with mint. I've studied every species in the family of mint that I could get my hands on. When I say I made the most realistic mint chocolate chip ice cream on the market, it is Odin Sleep. Mint chocolate chip gelato. We do
I'll tell
have,
you right now. Oh, go ahead.
yes. I was gonna say we do also have, somebody asked about oud. We have a fragrance called Oud Mint. We have Vanilla X Oud, and in the future there is a chocolate oud on the way. It's called Mongolian Oud.
Good.
So good. So
I harangue him on a
Um,
nightly basis.
Martina said, "Sir, I'm trying to lose weight, and I have gained 50 pounds listening to your fragrance notes."
You know what? I'm gonna be real with you,
Fuck
100%.
that.
I am on a GLP journey, and I started using Monjaro. And when I stopped eating all the foods, I started buying all the fragrances.
Literally.
That's literally what happened. Like, I no longer gain weight from food because now I'm eating it. I'm
And
hilarious.
Angie, he has a whole vanilla line. My friend Angie's
Hmm.
in here, and I just want, she loves vanilla, and I just want to tell you to
Hmm.
go check out his vanilla line, Angie, because everything is top notch on there. It is, everything is so good.
And
It's just great.
absolutely.
I have the Ben and Jerry's ice cream that's topped mint, is what it's called. And every time I eat it, I call it Odin Sleep ice cream because it smells exactly like, it tastes exactly like Odin Sleep smells because that is how much of a photorealistic chocolate mint ice cream fragrance it is. Like you can smell the cold because of the way that he uses the mint and the different mints he uses in it. Now, with that said, if you're talking chocolate oud, I will harass him until he gives me Mongolian oud because you guys are going to literally, yeah, you're gonna flip.
I
You're
know that one.
gonna,
Hey, can you make me
Thank
big
you.
so I can say hi to my bestie?
yes, yes.
Hi, bestie. Okay, make me small. Make me small.
He's so
Make me
stupid.
small. Make me
She's
small.
a back to
Make me
small.
small.
I will say that Marisol,
Oh,
Marisol is one of the winners. She's in here. She's one of the winners of my giveaway, and she said she right here. She
mhm.
said she can't stop smelling herself.
Oh no,
She's like,
So Marisol has been hanging out with us the past few days. It's been wonderful
Yeah,
getting.
yes.
she's been in here with us.
She's our Tia. She's literally our Tia now. We've claimed her. She's our Tia.
Nice. I haven't
I
been.
know.
I told you my husband was out of town for 2 weeks,
Yep,
and I
that
had
is
to
my
do all the
abuelita.
things.
yeah,
I
I
mean,
saw Scented Pixie in here as well. She was one of the winners of my
Yeah.
giveaway for Artemisia.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
really hope that you guys take advantage of this incredible price on this sampler. Like the Scented Sisterhood pack is legit. It's a crazy, crazy deal.
I think
And
I'm
I'm
going to be
really,
ordering one for sure.
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. Now, for the moment that I'm sure many of you have been waiting for, we are doing a full bottle giveaway of Vanilla X Tiramisu. Are you guys ready for that? Are you excited for that? For the people of the live.
I was clapping.
Yes, I'm excited for them.
I wasn't saying
Hmm.
share the live. I was clapping.
All right.
Hi,
So
Allie. Hi, Summer.
we've
Sorry,
got
those are
two
my
things that
winners.
need to happen. We've got two things that need to happen before we do our giveaway. I need everybody in the live to type in their favorite note in perfume. Type in your favorite, absolute favorite note in fragrance. This should be interesting. We're probably going to start a war in the chat.
I'm going to just tell y'all mine. I love vanilla. Vanilla, vanilla all day. Oh, look, vanilla, vanilla absolute. Patchouli, Chicky, I knew that one for you.
Vanilla,
Well, my
mint,
he said
Palo Santo.
biscuits.
patchouli,
I
Biscuits.
just said
cedarwood.
biscuits. I just said
My,
biscuits.
mine is petrichor.
We have a lot of
Sandalwood.
vanilla girls in the chat tonight. We have some
Mine is
chocolate
Yes.
pear.
lovers too.
Then this is the place for you.
Hey,
This is the
hey,
place for
no
you.
profiling me just because I'm pale.
Chocolate. I will almost see my arm. All right, so we out of everything that happened, we had a lot of people that said mint, a lot of people that said vanilla. You're in the right place.
Hmm.
Chocolate, you're also in the right place. I didn't see anyone say oud. We do have a few
Oud's
spices.
like a hit or
That
miss.
spice.
It was
We
close with
do
me. I
now.
almost said oud, but
Go ahead, Rin.
petrichor is like, I said I almost
Yes,
said oud, but petrichor is like,
Marshmallow. Yes,
Rin.
Nicole.
Wait,
Yes.
Rin. Ladies, I'm gonna let y'all take this, and we'll do the giveaway. Two notes that came up that y'all can talk on. Rin, you obviously need to tackle Palo Santo. You know why. The ladies of the live, they've been asking for a marshmallow. We have Vanilla X marshmallow that they might want to know about. Y'all go ahead.
so
Are you gonna? Oh,
the reason that he told me that I have to talk about Palo Santo is because there is a fragrance that was gone. She was gone. She was dead. She was in the vault. She was in the past tense. And this foolish man here that we love, he sent me a sample of her because he's like, "Oh, you love apple fragrances, so I'm going to send this to you." But she's not available. And I was like, what do you mean she's not available? She's perfect. She's beautiful. She is a different apple than any other apple, and she is gorgeous. You give her back to me. And I went on a campaign that lasted months to bring her back to the brand. So her name is Khaleesi, and she is the golden one. Khaleesi is the most gorgeous, crisp, light champagne apple. On the opening, you get bubbliness and sweet, and literally, it feels like a New Year's Eve party or like spending time at family with your chosen family, and you're just having the best time standing around. And then as it dries down, you get these gorgeous notes of spice, and it's like a simmer pot of apple with that the sweet apple and the spice. And the very base of it is a Palo Santo. And all of it together makes this it's almost like you want it to be a drink, but you're so glad that you can smell like it because it smells like spending time with people that you love. Whether
Thank
that's
you,
your
Ben.
found family or not, Khaleesi, do that.
All right, late
Okay, so
Charlie or Crystal, y'all want to talk about Vanilla X Marshmallow?
Marshmallow. Yeah. I
I
don't
have a
know. I mean,
question real quick.
oh, wait. Oh, wow.
What?
I'm big. Okay.
I just Googled it while Ren was talking about it because I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what Palo Santo is. I have no idea what that is. It's a woody fragrance, is what I'm reading. Is that right?
Wood, yes,
Oh,
it's a beautiful wood.
It's
Okay.
wood. Yeah.
it's yeah, it's a beautiful wood.
I know about
Um,
Palo Santo from like Hispanic cultures. They kind of, you know how people say they smudge their rooms with like sage? Some people
mhm.
also smudge rooms with Palo Santo.
I do.
Oh,
They'll burn it for good luck and that sort of thing.
Yeah. That and sage. Yeah. Oh, Santo.
Khaleesi. Okay.
So I vanilla X marshmallow. I know y'all like marshmallow. We're sick of marshmallow. I don't like the marshmallows that from everybody else. I tried samples, didn't like them. I don't even like the smell of marshmallow. Other than when I have s'mores and you have them on the campfire or you're melting the marshmallow, that's when I like marshmallow. So True sent me that, and I didn't ask for that. When you get a sample set, if you tell him you don't like something,
He
that's
gonna
what he's
send
gonna
it to
send you.
you.
Hey,
You know,
don't
he's
tell
like
them the
that
cheat.
annoying.
Don't tell them the cheat code.
You know
Right.
what?
So
He just likes
Oh, that's
proving people wrong. It's like
Trill.
it's
I
his
hate
little lie.
vanilla.
right. So he sent me on my very first sample. He sent me vanilla X marshmallow, and I was like, he's like, try marshmallow. So he, like I said, he sends that, and I was like, I'm not gonna like this. I've smelled the other ones. It smells like, I mean, I'm just not a marshmallow girl. This marshmallow, and he still lasted me. I said I smelled like I was on a pineapple cloud because I was thrown back by how it smelled. Um, it has marshmallow, but of course with Trill and he's ADHD, he couldn't just give you marshmallows. He had to give you marshmallows on a skew with mango and pineapple and being roasted. You know, like just like this
Hey,
And
Hawaiian
lavender
tropical treat.
I was imagining a
and
tropical
lavender.
vacation, like a cruise
Yeah,
ship.
you remember? He was like, yeah, he was literally giving us Carnival cruises. So yes, so it
Oh
literally
my
has
god,
pineapple, and it has
he's roasting me.
Really?
at least I didn't say Jet Two. Okay, it's not Jet Two. It's not Jet 2.
50
But
pounds.
right,
50
but
pounds
it
per
is
person.
literally amazing. It is literally amazing, y'all. You get, and the thing about vanilla marshmallow, is I got it during the summertime, and I wore it that day. I wore all of them, and it literally changed. Like the notes just kept changing. You get the vanilla, but then I was like, wait, why am I smelling pineapple? Then why am I smelling mango? Why am I smelling caramel? Why, like all these things? It was just this dessert, and I made them not a mistake. I don't think for me, maybe people at the gym. I made the mistake. I had it on at the gym. I didn't realize that marshmallow intensified with heat. Of course, most scents fade when you get hot, you
His
sweat.
his his extra his extracts period intensify with sweat.
They intensify, yeah. Marshmallow, like literally, I had the whole area smelling, and then poor people over there trying to lose weight, and here I am in there smelling like that.
Marshmallows.
You were smelling like a snack.
So they
100% correct.
exactly. So literally, when they left, they probably went to go get something, probably like a dollop or a whip or some kind of fluffy marshmallowy pineapple thing. They probably went to go find it. So.
I do
Don't
want to
forget
say
it
that.
also has that flower note in it, that it has lavender in it too. And that makes it a little different as well. It already has like all the sweetness with all the ingredients and everything that she mentioned, but it has lavender.
I don't get that. Thank God.
I get the lavender. But the thing about it is, when I'm smelling the lavender, it's not like the whole note of lavender.
It's a
There's
soft,
a hint of it.
touch.
It's a very soft, delicate touch. But I know what lavender is because I happen to like lavender, so it resonates with me. And that's another thing with his fragrances. It's like they evolve as you wear them over time.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
But some of the things that you pick up on, depending on your frame of reference, they might resonate with you more. Like if you are into coconut, you eat a lot of coconut, you wear a lot of coconut. If you wear one of his fragrances that has the coconut note in it, it's going to resonate with you. If you're a vanilla girly, you're going to resonate with the tonka bean and the vanilla that's in some of his fragrances. So it just depends on your frame of reference. That's why they talk about so much how fragrance is subjective. It's your frame of reference. If you're not used to patchouli and don't know what patchouli is, there's a possibility, and we're finding out the patchouli is in everything, but there's a possibility that you might.
Patchouli is, for everyone in the live, please never forget this information, because for some reason no one knows this. Patchouli is a mint. Patchouli is a mint.
Yes.
It is part of the mint family. It is not a wood. Somehow when I got on TikTok, everybody thought patchouli was a wood, and I was like, what?
Nope.
Patchouli wood.
We have a lot of, like I said, my brand specializes in working with mint, even though that's not in every fragrance. I specialize in a lot of other things too. But if you're looking for a mint fragrance, which includes patchouli, it's here. If you're looking for lavender, that's also a mint. If you're looking for peppermint, you're in the right place. The only thing that I haven't done yet is basil. I do not like basil.
I don't like, not in a fragrance. And another thing I would like to say really quick too about joining the Xarmony empire and actually getting to know a perfumer, okay, is that we learn so many things like rose. If you're not following me, please do. I just did this funny video on Trill going around the galaxy trying to find the perfect rose to bring us, because we all hate rose. But he has shown us that rose can be a beautiful fragrance, and that it has been overdone in the industry, and the industry's rose is not the element that we're actually getting from the rose that he has broke down on a molecular level to give you something totally different. So if you're used to industry, when you come here, you'll be like, oh, okay, all right, I can do that. So just be open-minded. Even with some of the names, you hear Spartacus and Odin Sleep and Valhalla. It just sounds so masculine. But these fragrances, the majority of them are actually unisex, and they work really well with the female pH and DNA. So don't let the name scare you. Don't be like, oh my God, Silver Fang, what is that? It is a beautiful, vanilla that has iris in it. It smells absolutely gorgeous. So don't let the name scare you either. Just be open-minded, get you a sample, get you a discovery kit, and just sample the brand and just try what we have to offer.
Yes. And I will say that Xarmony's fragrances, like, I'll touch on a little bit what Alessia said, they take you on a journey. So like, you're going to smell vanilla X Coco Royale, and you're 1 minute you're going to get the coconut, the next minute you're going to get the lemon, and then the next minute you could get the lemon, back to the melon, back to the coconut. Like, it takes you on a journey from start to finish. And like Crystal said, like Crystal said, we are not rose people. A lot of us don't like roses, but Trill, I told him I do not like rose. He sent me roses in awe and made me eat my words. 1000% I ate my words because I love roses in awe. It is beautiful. So
Yeah,
beautiful.
I hate the industry rose fragrances. You
Yes.
can tell by the way that I'm fully holding a bottle of Roses in Awe of the Goddess, which was my second purchase from Harmony, is the full bottle. Like, I don't even like rose fragrances, and I had to have this as soon as I smelled it because it is so decadent and sensual and beautiful and elevated rose. Like, this is a totally different rose than any other that's currently in the industry. Like, this actually smells like you have a fresh picked, went out to your garden, it's fully in bloom rose dipped in chocolate and saffron and cotton candy. And
It is beautiful. I dare anyone to try that does not like rose fragrances because they will love it. I don't like rose, and Trill had me eat my words. I have a video on it and it is amazing.
Thank you, Marianne. All right, ladies, y'all go ahead and mute. We're about to do the next step of our live. We have a giveaway. The last thing that I want to say before we go ahead and do our giveaway, because I'm sure a lot of people might disappear afterwards, but if you guys do want to hang out and ask questions or just get to know some of the people of some of the Harmonites, as we call them, of the Empire, for Ulta, the mall, I use those same molecules in my lab as well. I've been doing perfumes for 7 years now. With that being said, all artists use the same paint, but we never have the same creations. Unless you start out trying to copy what someone already did, which I've never done. Whenever I go to create something, it's a truly unique concept. I even go so far as to make my own concepts, like oud mint. There's no such thing as an oud mint. It doesn't exist, but it exists here in Harmony's universe. And Vanilla X Blue Honey. I made up this fruit. It's like a blue fruit that's filled with honey instead of like milk. Sort of like how a coconut's filled with milk. Well, this sort of like blue mango style fruit has honey on the inside. The photos are on the site. Whenever you go look at Vanilla X Blue Honey, you'll see what I'm talking about. But I've always been an artist. I've always been very creative. And now I'm able to sort of like translate those ideas into something tangible that other people can feel, wear, and experience. But that being said, originally when I started, scent was amazing to me. I loved what I was doing. But along the way, I came up with this concept of fragrances that started transforming. They were like these chaotic beauties. I don't know if you've ever heard a song that had like so much things going on. Like it's just like in the background, there's a violin, and then the drums kick in, and then the bass kicks in, and then there's this opera singer in the back, and then there's this person in the front, but it's all like milk just being poured together. It's so smooth. And it strikes like 10 different parts of your brain all at once. That's what I set out to create with my main house collection and some of the vanilla collection. So whenever you go to experience those things, please don't make the mistake of exploring them the way you would like a Middle Eastern brand or some of those designer brands where you spray it on and that's all it is. That first moment is what it's going to be. There's nothing new coming afterwards. I guarantee you cash back if you don't have this experience. When you spray one of the fragrances on, it's going to transform. New notes will be present. New notes will come out as time goes by. You'll start smelling different things. It's like it started out with this one note, and then 5 minutes later, it turned into this whole new thing. And then again and again and again, and it does that over and over as you're wearing it. And it's so, it's like a dance. It just keeps drawing you in and spinning you out, and then pulling you back, and then spinning you out. So please, if you guys do try our fragrances, do me that one solid favor. When you go to wear them, give them a full wear. Because I don't just design the top notes. That's what the industry does. That's how they get you. They're going to give you those top notes and the smell will pop out and you'll want it immediately. But then those notes are gone in like 15 minutes. And then whatever's left, you may not like. I design the middle, the base, the top, all of it. It's all intentional. So that each level of it gives you the experience that I wanted to cater for you. And I just want y'all to enjoy the journey of the fragrances that they take you on. Each one of them is a very brilliant journey. There's a lot of reviews that have come out. If you check out any of the people of the Empire in the chat, give them a follow. They all have videos describing some of the fragrances if you're interested in finding out more. But yeah, in short, I just wanted to simply highlight that there's a lot of artistry in the brand. This is an artisanal niche house. So it's very different from what many of you might have encountered before. You're in a new realm. And last but not least, I always recommend to try fragrances, even if they're not from me. Fragrances in general, you should give them three wears. If on the third wear you don't like it, move on. But that first time, your nose is getting adjusted to the scent. It's almost like trying to say you landed in a new country and you've never heard the language that these people are speaking before. It might sound beautiful to you immediately, or it might sound like an awful language to you immediately. But you can't understand none of it yet. That's kind of what it's like when you first meet a fragrance. A lot of people spray a fragrance for the first time and they rate it on that first wear. That's almost like saying your nose is better than a master perfumer. Your nose is better than the people that even make the molecules that perfumers use. You're saying that your nose is able to accurately interpret hundreds of molecules on the first sniff? I can't even do that, and I've been doing this for 7 years. I have to visit things multiple times. That second conversation, I start to understand things. So that second visit, that's where you kind of understand things. On that third one, that's where you know. It's like that first one was you getting to meet each other, like you matched on Tinder. That second one was that first date. It's just nervous and uneasy. But that third one was the repeat. That means that y'all got a checkbox and you did it another date. That's where you know. So I always tell people, give it 3 wears. And that is the Xarmony approach. I hope y'all will try out and consider the brand. Now we move on into the final phase of our giveaway. Thank y'all so much for your attendance tonight, folks, and for supporting these wonderful ladies on the stream. I'll bring them back up after the giveaway so that they can give their farewells and goodbyes. All right, so the rules of the giveaway are as follows. I need everyone to stop typing at this moment. We've got a lot of chat coming in. All right, so everybody stop typing at this moment. We're going to be doing the giveaway as follows. And don't type anything else in until you guys hear me say the words green light. I'll give you a green light when it's time. I need to fully explain the rules, and then we'll begin. I'm going to be giving you guys a range of numbers, and you will type in one number, only one. So don't answer more than once. Type in one number, one time. The person that is closest to the number that I have in mind will be the person who wins the giveaway. I'm going to go ahead and text the number to one of our panels on the guest. One of our guests on the panel.
Trill, we can participate, correct?
Say that again.
We can participate. We can guess a number. I can guess a number because I'd like.
Wait, can you what?
Can I guess? Can I put a number in the chat?
Yes, absolutely.
I want to
Yes, friend, call him out because I saw that from the beginning. That bad influence.
All right, Bone
Stop
Digger.
it, bestie.
All right, the number has been texted. So the way that this works, again, you guys are only going to type in one guess in the chat. The range will be, and again, do not type anything in until I say green light or you'll be disqualified. Did everybody hear that? Don't answer. That was a trick question. Okay. The range is going to be between 1,400 and 1,700. You have one guess. Type in a number in the chat. Green light. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Time. Bone Digger, go ahead and text me. Bone Muffin is one of our mods in the chat, ladies and gentlemen.
Did I win? Is the important
Literally.
The name of the winner? Correct. All right, he confirmed it. You can type it in the chat as well. The number
Congratulations.
was 1572. That's it right there.
Nice.
And our winner was Jada.
Yay!
We had a second
Good
person
job.
who guessed it, but Jada got it in before them.
Congratulations, Jada.
Congratulations, Jada. You are gonna love it. It smells so good.
See, I picked 1593 because it's the year that Artemisia was born.
I did 1492.
Nobody got it exact, but I did see two 1573s, but Jada had hers in first. There was some really close guesses. I think somebody had 1575 as well. Really close. But thank y'all so much, ladies and gentlemen. Jada, to claim your giveaway, all you have to do is name the four women, the four fragrances that were talked about on tonight's live, and send us an email with your name, address, and what you won on site within the next 24 hours. If that is not completed correctly before 24 hours, we go to the runner-up, which was
You said they have to be following. You said they have to be following as well.
Yes, they have to be
Yeah, make
following
sure you're
everyone.
following everyone.
But yes, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys follow the panelists that were up here tonight. Thank them for their time. If you enjoyed tonight's live, it would mean the world to me and to these ladies if you'd even just send them a message, letting them know maybe something you learned, something interesting, or if you had any questions to ask them.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Yes, please reach out to them and let them know.
So it was Vanilla X Tiramisu is the one that was being raffled, Jada, or for the giveaway.
I think she was asking about the four that were talked about because she wasn't here for the first couple.
Oh, I wasn't sure. I wasn't here the first half.
You can reach out to one of the ladies on the panel. You attended enough of it at least.
Adam, I didn't see who wrote that comment, and I was about to answer it until I saw it
I
was
saw
Adam.
Jada in here way earlier.
Yeah, that was Adam. If you want to, you can just message whichever one of us.
Yeah, they'll help you out. The ladies of the Empire are very, very kind. They will definitely help you pull a fast one on me. That's literally what they do all day. So,
Also, I'm gonna give you a cheat code. All four fragrances are in the Sisterhood Discovery set. So if you go on the website, those are the four fragrances that we discussed.
Yeah, again, y'all,
yeah.
$30. The set is $30, and you get 15% off on that for 4 of his fragrances. Normally, they're $40 without the discount. So
Yes.
that's
Really
special
good
just
deal.
for you guys who are here.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna put y'all up on this, and we'll call it a night, and we'll say our goodbyes.
We do full fashion smoking on all the time.
I want to say thank you, everyone, for the gifts, too. Thank y'all for the gifts. Thank y'all for being here. This was fun. I was very, very nervous before all of this, and as you know, we started talking, my nerves kind of went away, but yeah, thank you guys for everything.
Marianne,
Thank you, Trill, for putting
Thank
it
you for the
on.
gifts.
You did a wonderful job tonight. You are an amazing mother and an amazing presenter.
Thank you.
I had a great time listening to you talk.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for attending tonight's live. That concludes the Scented Sisterhood event. As I mentioned, please let our hosts know if you enjoyed tonight. send them a DM, send them a message, let them know they did a great job. These were some lovely ladies, and they sacrificed their Saturday during, I guess, a busy time of year to help this guy put on an event and to entertain all of you. And I want to
Thank
send
you,
my
Trill, for
thanks
doing
and
this.
my best regards.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank you,
much,
Trill.
for giving us a
Oh,
platform and
Trill, one
giving
more
us a
thing.
stand-up.
Somebody had mentioned in the chat that they really, really enjoyed this, and would you consider doing this again?
That's why I was saying if they reach out and let me know or they let you guys know, leave comments somewhere, reach out to their DMs. These women will definitely communicate to me, letting me know what you guys had to say. The feedback will probably determine if we do this again. I'd love to, but it's more about making sure we have time for our panelists and our guests to get together on a day where it makes sense for all of them to get together. Because every one of these women have very busy lives, as you know. It's a very hard life in America for ladies these days. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Oof.
I say we do it again. I think this was fun.
It was
But
fun.
but moments like this bring a lot of peace and they bring a lot of joy. So I'm always about spreading goodwill. So if you guys are down to do this again sometime, we can absolutely do this. My suggestion would be we pick a section of fragrance to tackle next time. Maybe like a gourmand live, a spice live, a fruity live, a summer live, a fall live. It is fall. Just saying.
Yes. I'm down. Count me in.
We'll talk on it and plan. But in the meantime, ladies, y'all go ahead and tell everybody goodbye, and then I'm gonna take us out.
Good night.
Oh, everyone, thank you again. Thank you, Trill.
Thank
You're
you
Y'all
very
all
welcome.
did amazing. Love all of you.
Thank you so much for joining us. We're so glad that you came and sat with us and you learned about these wonderful women in history, about these fragrances.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen. As we always say here at the House of Harmony, it's a quote that we say every time after every live, and it is a very, very deep meaning to it. I want y'all to hold this in your mind as you go through the week, as you go through the rest of the year. You have to evolve past the moments in life that are difficult. You must evolve. That's the reason why it's difficult. You can't breach it in the form of yourself that you currently are. You may need to get a new book. You may need to get a new job. You may need to get a new partner. Get rid of that spouse. Just get rid of it. You might need to make a couple changes. You might need to go buy that new dish that you've been looking at online. You might need to go get that new bed, that new pillow, that silk sheet cover that you've been wanting. Go get it.
Fragrance.
Help you evolve past the moment. Fragrance. Go get that new perfume. It'll evolve you past the moment that you're stuck on in life. So as we always say here at the House of Harmony, please keep evolving, never stop, and I will see you guys again soon. Shout out to the Empire.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, besties.
Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.